It's a
Talking
medium.
heads.
It's a medium shot.
A medium shot. You're medium shot. Just kidding.
You're full. Bailey, we always have shadows.
You're fully shot. Yeah, I see it. You're fully shot. That was good.
Welcome back. I'm an addict named Danny.
And I'm an addict named Bailey. And this is the Time and Place Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Usually, listen, I'm always like ready to go on top of things. Today, that was Danny, and she had to wait for me for a little bit. She's not happy.
A little bit. It was like a full hour and a half.
Yeah.
You usually have to wait for me for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe.
Lies and misgivings.
Maybe.
Okay, add every time we've ever potted up 15 minutes per pod. I've had to wait for you for hours.
Well, you just allotted all your time in one.
Yeah, so I'll be on time every time.
Because she did her eyelashes and her lip liner and foundation and blush and hair.
I do that every time though, but I usually do it on time.
Well, listen, I'm just grateful that we're together today.
Yeah.
Even though I have a lot of work to do and not a lot of time.
This is what we're working with here. Can you see them?
Beautiful.
Thanks, darling. Did
As
myself.
per usual. Okay.
Speaking of things I did myself, do you notice anything? If you haven't seen my Snapchat or like my TikTok or like my Facebook, like
You really hit me in the face.
you guys. I've lightened my hair for the warmer weather, and I love it.
It's cute.
So anyway,
Let's get started.
let's get
into
it. So you already saw my notes. So Danny and Sarah were talking about, our sister Sarah were talking about Chick-fil-A has like this this drink, and Sarah brought it up. Okay, so it's like a dreamy, like,
It's a lemonade passion fruit, like, ice cream dream.
yeah. And Danny got so excited about it. Sarah brought it up, and Sarah's like, "Oh, we should totally go to Chick-fil-A and get." And Danny's like, "That drink."
I was like, oh yeah, that drink.
She didn't mean to say it like that, but we've been saying it like that now.
That drink.
Oh, that drink.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I want to know what it is.
You're trying to figure out.
Frosted lemonade is what it's called.
That's literally it?
It's,
you guys are like, this is a passion fruit tea.
It is. No,
lemon.
it is. It's called a passion fruit frosted lemonade.
Oh, okay.
A passion fruit frosted lemonade. And
I was like, wait.
Okay. It is. I was thinking when I ordered it, it was gonna be like a
slushy.
Slushy, but it's like an ice cream. It's like a dreamsicle. Mm. Oh, it's so good.
That drink. Oh yeah, that drink. She got so excited.
Okay.
Okay. So then I wanted to update you guys about my online dating journey. Nothing's happening with the Ozempic. We're just going to move past that right now. Literally nothing's changed about that. So the online dating thing though, I don't know where we left off, but there's not a lot going on. Like it's a rough out there. Like I can't tell you how many times I've heard the words kiss and cuddle from a man who doesn't know me like at all. And it's it's like, I feel like people are just on there trolling. Like they're just there just to mess with people. And I'm like, some of us are looking for love. Like, you can't do this to me. And the worst is when you think you're talking to someone. I put a lot of these story times on my TikTok because the way that works, like I'll get done with a Zoom date because I'll ask these guys to like, I'm like, Zoom call with me before we go on an actual date. How? Why?
No, it's smart, but it's brave.
Oh, it is. And a lot of guys chicken out. They can't do it. But like I've had probably 4 Zoom dates now. Mm-hmm. And it's most of the time you know right away like if you're vibing with somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And like but one of the times I was actually vibing with somebody and then he turned weird at the end of it. And so like my hopes got
crushed.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed.
But like
I told you it was a dumpster fire on there.
It is a dumpster fire. You guys, I don't know how like I just don't know.
It's really sad. I gave up. I just got off the dating sites.
I might give up soon.
I just gave up. And, you know...
I was wondering, I'm like, Danny, why would you give up? This is so fun. And then I'm like, the longer I'm on there, I'm like, I could totally see why Danny gave up. I'm going to give up soon.
There's all these concepts that I was thinking of. Like, you said, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. It's like, don't try to find love when you're lonely. It's not a good
Because at the grocery store and you're shopping and you're hungry, you're going to grab things that are bad for
anything.
you.
You'll just
and
grab
it's the same concept. And I saw that on TikTok and sent it to you.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was like, it's like a drug because I find myself late at night when I'm starting to feel lonely, starting to like message people back who I never would normally message back.
Yeah, same.
And also another thing is like...
doing the same.
Relatable. But when you're uncomfortable. So I do tell them that I have a podcast if it comes up in conversation. I try to do everything in my power to avoid.
You tell them that you have a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what? That I never hear from again. The one guy, he was so sweet. No, I actually did vibe with this guy, and I like, he's so cute and he's so sweet. No, he's not gonna see this.
Hi, guy.
I promise you, he's not gonna see this. Hi, Joe. Joseph, listen, I know you're not watching this, but it's fine. He was like, I watched...
She doesn't know that.
He goes, I watched the first couple of minutes of your episode, and you guys were laughing a lot.
All you guys do is laugh.
And I was like, please don't watch episode 1. Like, we really did. We were sitting on this couch being like, like, we just could not get it together. Because it's like nerve-wracking when you first start being on camera and like talking and stuff. Like, it's.
I know, I still get like, I feel really awkward.
I'm shy.
I am shy. Oh my god, I was thinking about this morning.
I'm so shy.
I was thinking about this morning and I was like, I was just doing my dishes. Like, just woke up, was making breakfast, doing dishes in between. And I was like, I'm not like other girls.
I do dishes.
I'm not like other girls. No, because I was thinking of like, how
you
it started.
aren't like other girls though, to be fair.
I know. But I always like it was important for me not to be like other girls, but now I don't really go against it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about the Taylor Swift album. Because she dropped the album and everyone was so excited, and then at 2 a.m. she surprise dropped a whole second album. And, I was listening to it and it's kind of hard to tell the songs apart, like, because I love music.
Just gonna get, girl.
So
don't speak against my queen.
No, listen, I'm not. It's not. I would never. I love Taylor. Yeah. I love her. I think she's so smart and successful, and she's great.
I'm literally joking too. Like, I'm a Swiftie,
so
but she's also like, she's just another human being person. So there's not like, it's not that big of a deal.
But for me,
I do love her too.
I do love her too, and I think the reason that I don't understand the album is because I don't understand all the references and like the
yeah.
But she's so smart for doing all that stuff. Like she's like such a good businesswoman, and she has a song called Fortnite. I'm like, come on.
It's not about Fortnite though.
I know, but it's gonna be on Fortnite.
Oh, maybe.
She already has songs on Fortnite, I'm pretty sure.
I love that song, by the way. Fortnite's such a good song. I like Down Bad because
there were a couple songs on
Down
there
Bad.
I did like, but then I was like, this sounds just like number 1, which sounds like number 3, which sounds like number 8.
And if you listen to all her albums, like, you'll be like, this song's
no,
like
and
this
I was
album,
like,
this
I was like, this song sounds like.
That's why like Reputation is my favorite, and I might get dragged for that, but like it's my favorite because it's the most different album that she has. But that's why eras work so, because she had like her country era, she had like her Reputation era, she had like her Red era, and like all these different eras. And the last few albums have been pretty.
I think
but I love this album.
Poetry of it all and like how she did it.
The lore.
It works. Yeah.
There's so much lore.
I want to hear her with like guitars and like.
She has that. Danny said, Danny asked me the lore about Kim Kardashian and that whole situation, and I had to break it down for her. I actually don't know all of it either. There's more.
I feel like there's more, because the lore you told me was like from forever ago.
It has to be more lower.
More lower. If anybody knows, can somebody just in the comments leave like a whole
my god,
like
a dissertation,
like
link to your
dissertation about Taylor Swift's new album, because I want to read more about it. I'm sure I can.
You have a bestie that knows all about it, so you could talk to her at length. Do you know who I'm referring to?
Jasmine. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right. I could just call Jasmine.
Yep.
Yeah, Jasmine, I need your help in these moments, in these times.
So I wanted to also say about the guy thing is that the one guy had in his bio, it literally said, his whole bio just said, if you don't put the cart back in the cart corral, you're a bad person and you should feel bad.
Do you like that guy? Because I've heard you say that to like 6 people.
It's so funny. I don't actually know that guy. I don't think I even like swiped right on him. I just like I saw it and I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Some people had really good descriptions in their bios.
Yeah.
Like funny.
If they're funny, oh my gosh, this one guy was like, I'm here because mouthing the words I love you to people, to other cars, like from in my car isn't working, so now I'm here. And I laughed. I'm like, that's funny. But then I was swiping and like another person said the exact same thing. I was like, who are they quoting?
ChatGPT.
No. Yeah, but no, some of them you can tell like they use AI. Our literal description for our YouTube channel is from ChatGPT.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Dive into the unbreakable bond of sisterhood. But like seriously, dive into the unbreakable bond of sisterhood.
Yeah, in this podcast.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, it's been a wild ride, and we should also let you guys know that today is
it's April 20th.
It's 4/20. As two people in recovery, this holiday. Sad.
It's so sad.
So sad.
We don't get to celebrate anymore.
It's so sad.
Can I tell you though, I was thinking about that on the way here. Mm-hmm. I was like, man.
Well, because you go out my door, there's tents up everywhere. There's dispensaries everywhere.
There's food.
People
there's
walking
music,
around. It's like it became a whole thing now here in this town.
Yeah. And everyone's celebrating. Except us.
Sad. But I said to Anne, because we went around.
We went for a walk.
We went around the bridges this morning, and we saw everything going down. I'm like, I'm gonna celebrate this day by taking extra good care of myself, and like, just I'm gonna celebrate too. But like, I'm just gonna celebrate in ways that
we can just get high on life.
Exactly. That's why we're here.
Getting high on life.
But you guys will probably see this episode like way later after 420. So like. Don't come for us.
427.
You guys will see it on 420.
Like a week. It usually takes me about a week.
427.
Which I'm trying to get the last pod edited to put out tomorrow on 421. Anyway.
So, I wanted to ask you about everything that's going on with you in your life, and did you want to share?
Me and my life?
Yeah, because you were feeling some type of way.
Oh.
And I didn't know if you wanted to get off your chest. Maybe someone else feels the same way. Maybe you can relate.
Like, I would love to share this experience, but it has to do with my kid, and I want to respect his privacy. So
okay, that's fair.
I don't think I'm gonna
just know,
share.
Long story short, just know it's tough having teenager.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yes. It's just tough having a child. Being a single mom at any stage is tough. So I totally understand.
Danny understands you if you're struggling with your teen.
Yes, I do.
So that's just to say that. So then I wanted to talk about, we went out to lunch? Dinner. We went out to lunch. And at this restaurant, we won't say where. What?
It's funny because you were just like, keep going.
What? Because I what?
You were just so out of it.
When?
With the waitress?
Is
that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was delusional. I was literally not in my body because I was fasting. And I usually don't tell people when I'm fasting, but it's relevant to this story. I was fasting for spiritual purposes, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But I was to the point where
Which
it was
is basically like speaking in tongues to me. Sorry. Okay.
But people like Kevin Gates does it, and he does it for spirituality, but health purposes too. It literally cures so many things. But that's a whole other thing. Anyway, I was coming off of like a full 24-hour like dry fast, no food, no water for a day, and so I'm sitting at this table, starving, dying. Like had my first sip of water, and it was so good. It was Fiji water too. Like, but our server comes over, and she's like a little flustered, and I have every empathy for servers because I used to be a server and I know what it's like to be busy as a server, as does Danny.
Bailey is usually the most understanding and like an empathetic person, and I have never seen her be like this before.
I was so out of it. I was angry. So so let me just tell you guys the story. So we're sitting there, she comes and gets our drink order, and then she brings us our drinks and we're ready to order, but she wasn't ready to take our order yet. We gave her our drink order and our appetizer order first. She went, brought the drinks back, and she's like, okay, I'll come back. And she was like doing this, and we were like, oh, we're ready to order. And she's like, okay. So she reluctantly takes out her thing and she starts writing it down. And you guys each got a salad, the same kind of salad, and then I got spinach artichoke dip as my meal. So then she puts the thing in her pocket and walks away, and I immediately was like, uh-oh, she's not going to put our order in. Like, I clocked it right away. But I didn't say anything or think much of it. So then we get our apps. Thank the Lord we ordered apps because I was dying. And we got pretzels, and you got a soup.
I got a soup,
Yeah. So we're really talking, we're hanging out, we're like eating our apps, we're having a wonderful time. Mind you, it's like I have a certain amount of hours off from work, so I had to get back. We wanted to film before I went back to work, but we ended up waiting between our appetizers and our meal. It took about an hour.
It was not an hour.
Yeah, it was. I clocked it because I'm sitting there like, I gotta go. Like, if we're gonna go, we gotta go. Like, so, and I didn't.
Okay, wow.
So mind you, I'm coming off of this fast. I finally ate one pretzel. And I'm like, I'm starving, please. Like, time's going by. I start getting annoyed. I'm the first one to, like, say something and get annoyed about it. Danny and Sarah are like, oh, Bailey, calm down. Like, please. Like, it's fine. She's busy. I'm like, I don't think she put our order in, you guys. And you guys are like, no. No. So then more time goes by, and then Sarah starts to be like, I think I'm on Bailey's page now. Like, what is taking so long?
Yeah.
Like, you know
like we ordered 2 salads and a dip.
Yeah, so that's the funny part too. So this waitress, like, I kept looking at her, and like, you know, you just want to look at someone, make eye contact, and give them like a, hey, we're waiting for something over here vibe. Like, you don't even have to say anything. The server will be like, oh yeah, and run, like usually. Yeah. So I'm just like giving this for a while. She never once looks over. So then there's like a divider, and she's at a table over here, and I'm just like. This is where I get petty. This is where my morals leave. I'm just like, I'm so hungry. Like, I just start really. Danny was like, stop, please.
Petty LaBelle.
Danny's like, please. Like, I was embarrassing her. I felt so bad. But I was just like, Danny, I was dying. I was like,
I'm like, there's other ways. Yeah. But then the server.
She comes over. She comes over to our table, and she puts her hand on she's like, oh, you ordered the artichoke dip. That takes a long time. She's like, your food is coming right back out, but your artichoke dip takes a long time. And I was irate, you guys. I was like, she definitely didn't put our food in, and she's blaming me and my order for why it's late. And I was like,
she couldn't handle it.
I was in rare form, you guys.
In rare form.
I could not. I'm getting mad again thinking about it right now. I was like, how could you? Yeah. So I'm like, because I've been in a situation where I forgot to put, and it's the worst thing that can happen as a server. Like, it is literally the worst thing. The worst. But guess my reaction was I went to the table, told them what happened, profusely apologized, and gave them like a free dessert. She was just like, she gets to our table with our food finally, like maybe 10 minutes later, and she's like, and she's just, and I'm like, I get it, like, but like now I'm like, but then we got our food, and I was so happy to have that food that I was like, but I'm like, can we get to-go boxes? Like, we need to leave. Like, I was just, I was so rude. I feel bad. I still feel bad.
Real mad. But
I was like, we are on a time crunch, and then I tipped her 50% because I felt bad for being mean to her. But I couldn't believe she said what she said and how she was acting. I was just like, yeah. But I was also, again, starving and dying and rushing. I hate rushing at a dinner. Hate rushing at a dinner.
I was trying to get you to remember every spiritual principle you've ever learned.
She really did. Bless you. Bless your heart for that, because I was not having it. That's why it's good we have each other, because like, when one of us starts to like be some type of way, the other one, the other. So I wanted to tell that story because it was quite a thing.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Insanity. And then you did finally get a little bit on our page when you were like, that sucks. Like, I wanted to get, like, whatever. You wanted to order something that you couldn't because we had to leave.
Yeah. I wanted a banana split real bad.
Yeah.
I finally got 2 good banana splits since then, by the way.
You have a banana split obsession right now.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's my hyper focus.
I love a banana split.
It was ever since my birthday. And we didn't have the good ice cream.
You Danny, I get the same way. Like, if we go to a celebration and there's cake that I don't like, I'm like, I have to get me a good piece of cake now to make up for the fact that that's...
Bailey's like, we're going to have banana splits. So for like a week and a half, I'm like, ooh, yes, banana splits at my birthday party. I'm so excited. And she got all this stuff. And then they get one of those, like, big gallon, like,
I wasn't in charge of getting
things of ice cream. And I was like...
And he's like, I don't want the World's Fair ice cream.
I don't want it.
It's not really ice cream. No, like, it doesn't melt right. It's nothing.
No, it wasn't good.
No shade, but she wanted Perry's Neapolitan or something.
I wanted, like, good. Just good ice cream. I'm like, an ice cream, like...
An ice cream connoisseur?
What's the word? It begins with a P. It's prissy. No. Like an ice cream, like, prep. It's not prep.
You guys, comment down below if you know what she's talking about. I got nothing. We're trying to get there. I got nothing for you. Okay, now we need to talk about the Great Wall of China. This is a thing.
Look how amused she is.
This is a thing. So on TikTok recently I've been seeing videos of people being like, have you guys realized like how long the Great Wall of China is? Like, if you had to guess how many miles, what would you guess?
I don't know.
Just throw a number
like
out.
1,200 miles.
1,200. It's 13,000 miles long.
Oh shit.
You could go from New York to California and back 4 times and still not have enough distance. That, I was like floored by that.
That's cool.
I know.
Very cool.
And then it gets to thinking like, why did they build that? Like, it's such a huge, huge, huge thing. It's so great. How did they do it? Why? They were so afraid of the Huns?
Bailey, I'm sure you could just like
To
read.
defeat the Huns.
I'm sure you could just read about it.
She's not there with me.
It's not a big mystery.
No, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. I don't believe humans built that. I can't believe humans built that. You can see it from space. Anyway, I just thought that was crazy. So, and then the next thing is a Pinocchio paradox. So, like, Pinocchio, when he lies, his nose grows, right? Mm-hmm. What happens if Pinocchio says, my nose is about to grow? If it grows, that would mean he was lying. But then he's telling the truth. So, but if it doesn't grow, that means he was lying, but then it would have to grow. But then it would become true. So, like, what would happen if he said that? Like, that's the paradox. Welcome to my world. Now you have to live in a world where you have to think about that. Okay, now...
It doesn't bother me, really.
Danny, let's see, you got here. I'm crying. Oh, wait till you hear this. You're gonna shit. Oh no. Okay, so she's just like, doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. You're supposed to go, whoa! I don't know what I expected.
Could care less.
What? No way! That's what I need from you, okay?
Okay.
Let's take it again. Danny, Pinocchio's nose. What if he says it doesn't grow?
I can't fake it.
No, it's funny. What would you do?
Oh my god, I have no idea. How did I never think of this before?
Oh! You're just like, you know, you probably just study that.
If you're wondering about it so bad.
If you're wondering about it so
The
bad.
thing about it is, like, I'm truly trying to help you.
Because I'm sitting here like, can you believe this? Next we have our new segment. It's called Sister Fights. Okay, last time we argued over something, it was who said a phrase first. Do you remember what it is? Do you remember the phrases? Okay, we were.
Oh my
I'll just
gosh!
let
No,
me
wait.
say it. No, let me say it because I
okay.
just set it up right.
Okay.
So, by the way, do you guys notice that we matched almost perfectly today? Anyway, so because we love each other,
It's our love language.
let's remember that we love each other before we get into this segment. So these are just silly, goofy sister fights, but we were at Chipotle and these workers were just really killing it. There were so many people there and we were leaving and I'm like, they're just out here doing God's work and da da da. So then I heard Danny say it like, she said it again, like, and a couple days later, and then she said it again like yesterday or the day before, and I was like, oh, you just love that saying, like, da da da. And she's like, yeah, I got it from whatever, like your friend. She's like, I got it from my friend. I'm like, you got it from me, and she's like, no, you got it from me. And we just started arguing about who said it first.
I'm like, I say that all the time.
You're like, I literally been saying that for years, Danny. I'm like, Danny, I got it from the internet. Like, I'm chronically online, so I always say sayings that I hear online. And like, yeah, so we fought
But
about...
I say that all the time. I really do say that all the time. Obviously, 'cause I said it twice.
Yeah, but you said it twice after you heard me say it.
No, it's not because I heard. Maybe it's subconsciously.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Maybe it's subconsciously.
Because we laughed.
But I say it all the time.
Doing God's work, and we were like, ha ha ha, about the Chipotle.
I just told somebody at work that like weeks ago.
You guys haven't even seen the Lego weeks ago.
I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding though.
No, it's okay. Well, let's just tie for first for that one.
Okay.
We both love that saying. The people at Chipotle are doing God's work. Like they are really killing it.
They really
They're
are
killing it.
Oh my god.
Ooh, should we...
Should we go to Chipotle?
We should.
Yes.
We should. Are you coming to the meeting later?
Oh, I thought it was Sunday.
No, it's today.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
I suppose.
Okay, so, and then this one is going to make you upset. This, I saw it on TikTok, and I wanted to show you it on camera.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. So look, synonyms.
I'm scared.
Synonyms for manly. Brave, courageous, bold, valiant, valorous, fearless, plucky, and macho.
Okay.
Okay, synonyms for womanly.
I already don't like this.
Okay, voluptuous, curvaceous, shapely, ample, opulent, full-figured, or well-formed.
Wow.
Isn't that crap? That's trash. Can we not? You guys, can we change that? Your whole, because I'm like, I saw that and I thought of you because you think about the binary, like the difference between like feminine and masculine stuff all the time. And I was like, that's trash.
I've been trying to tell you.
Now you're being that word that you were trying to think of.
Yeah. Pretentious.
You got it. I'm so glad you thought of it.
I know.
Though. You were really trying to
I'm
think
very
of it.
pretentious
She's
about
like,
my ice cream.
Try telling you.
I'm trying to tell
We
you.
live in a society. Yeah, can we talk about how Henry cries?
Oh,
Our nephew.
Don't make fun of him on the pod.
No, we're not making fun of him. It's the funniest thing, though. It's the cutest thing. So he's like the manliest, he's a toddler, right? He's technically a toddler because he's toddling.
Yeah.
He just started walking. But he's so manly. He's like a wrecking ball. He's like, because I have, like, my best friend has
so
a baby
cute.
his exact age. They were born a week apart. He's very much like this, and he always likes to put things away where they go. And Henry's just like, and when Henry was crying, he was mad the other day. He was like,
Oh,
That
little
was
baby.
so cute. It was so
Instead
funny.
of like a
Yeah, like Ashton where he's like, like Henry said,
oh, little man.
And I felt bad because me and Sarah were dying laughing.
Well, at least Henry's brave and
No, it's not
valiant because he's manly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Poor Penelope.
We're gonna fix that. What are some other synonyms for womanly that we can think of?
Brave. Courageous.
Yeah. Valiant.
Valiant.
Resilient.
Resilient.
Okay. So
Badass.
I love that one.
Tenacious.
Tenacious D. Can we talk about Jack Black coming on the podcast again?
Oh,
Please come on the pod.
Jack Black. Jables.
Jables.
Shout out.
Kyle Gass, please.
We love you.
Tenacious D. So, the next thing is weird insecurities.
It's me. And KJ.
The next thing is, how long have we been filming? Oh, we're doing perfect because we're almost done here. The last topic before we get into the Serenity session is going to be weird insecurities that I have, and I want to know if you can relate.
Okay.
You don't have this. I know you have good handwriting, but my handwriting is one of my insecurities that I have.
Aww.
If you could see it. Sarah saw my podcast notes sitting out, or like my journal or something, and she was like, "That's what your handwriting looks like." She didn't say it in a shade way. She was just like, "That's what it looks like." Like she was shocked. I'm like, "How dare you!" It's so messy, you guys. Like,
oh, I think it's cute.
that drink. I'm like, Danny, it's so messy. So anyway, and then the other one was my bite mark.
Bite mark.
Yeah, when I bite into an apple and the way it looks.
No, I don't.
You know I have that?
No.
I think when I was younger, me and one of my best friends were
I
like...
definitely have a very strange bite mark though, because I got crowding.
We both
and
had
an
the same
underbite.
crowding, and we both have an underbite. And it's the worst. But
You don't have an underbite.
I do. When I put my teeth together, I don't. But when I speak, my jaw comes... Anyway, you guys don't need to know that.
Okay, anywho.
But when we were eating an apple or something, and she's like, "Oh my god, look at your bite mark." I was like, "No!"
Who's looking at your bite mark?
I know. Just like, it's just like random little things that happen when you're growing up. Like, do you have any weird insecurities like that where it's like something nobody would ever think of to be insecure about, but someone maybe pointed it out once to you when you were young? Or at any point in life even? Guys, comment down.
No, I'm
your
just
weird
insecure about like my eye and my body.
Well, that's just
But
got
everything
really
else, I'm
dark.
like perfect.
That a girl.
I'm smart and I'm funny
And you're beautiful.
and I'm successful
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very confident in my abilities and
Yeah.
I'm a lifelong learner and I know I'm gonna like do great things and I'm running a
I was
business.
just talking about this, about how Danny, I was like, it's hard to find people who have dreams as big as mine to spend time with, because it's important to spend time around people who also like have dreams like as big as yours. And I was talking to Anne about this. I'm like, Danny's one of those people who I can spend time with who I know has big dreams and high hopes for herself, so it's a good influence to be around, because we both want to get super successful to help our family. Like, my why is to help others. Like, whatever way I get successful, I wanted to help other people, but then want to use that money to help my family and to help others and, like, animals and stuff. That's, like, my why behind it. Because if you don't have a good why behind what you're doing, then it's really, the chances of it working is, like, lower.
This passes my mind, like, a lot. Like, somebody asked me to borrow money. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to be able to just loan you as much money as you need. And, like, you know, and I'm working through my, like, money
Consciousness, like, vibe.
with through therapy, because, like, I didn't realize I have this weird thing of, like, every time I get money, I want to get rid of it as fast as I can, because it doesn't feel safe for me to have money because of our childhood, which I don't really have to go into because you understand, but, like, I just always want to, like, be like, oh, let's just spend it, like, get rid of it. And then I don't have to decide what to do with it or, like, what's the best to do with it, and it's just easier to, like, need money than to have money.
Yeah, we're so used to lacking that when we have abundance that it feels weird. But like, let me not say that, because the words we say are important. So we're changing that. We are currently changing our consciousness around money.
Yeah, I mean,
we're getting better.
Yeah, I've been doing really deep therapeutic consciousness work in therapy to like change all of that.
And this is gonna be fun to look back on when
It's a process.
When we're rolling in the dough. We're gonna be like, remember when we were working on that?
Honestly, I don't even want to roll in the dough until I'm completely ready, because I want to.
And
like,
you won't.
I want to. I really, really want to like be responsible and really use my like success and influence to always do for my highest good and the highest good of those around me.
Yes.
And like, but I want to like help. Like, I would love if I could just randomly pay for a student to go to college.
Right.
And
Okay.
stuff like
That's a wonderful cause.
Yeah.
A student to go to
like
college.
to just
Mine is like for animals.
Well, I just see myself in so many students, and I love working with students.
Students who maybe can't afford to go.
I see myself in them, and like that, but
Aww.
they're so like passionate, and they already know what they want to do, and they're like on the track.
That's
and
how you
I
were.
always see them, and I'm just like, I just want to help you. Like, I want to build a scholarship.
And people helped you along your way getting your education,
100%.
so you can be that person for someone else.
Yes.
That's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. Now we are gonna do the joke of the day.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You might know it. Okay. And it's okay. Did you know? This is so stupid. Did you know that it's illegal to laugh loudly in Hawaii?
Because they only allow aloha.
You have to keep it at aloha.
Gotta keep it at aloha.
Gotta keep it at aloha.
That's cute.
Yay. Okay.
Cute.
So, welcome back to the Serenity Session. Okay. So now
get
we're
right
on
into
step
it.
7.
Step 7.
We humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. So I want to preface by saying they use the word him, and that like originally made me uncomfortable, but because my higher power wasn't necessarily a him, you know? So we humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. Basically just saying any higher power of your understanding. We are in this step asking that higher power to remove our shortcomings, because in step 6, like we talked about last time,
We become
ready. Yes, ready to have him remove our defects of character. So it's the same. It's like there's a difference between defects of character and shortcomings. A defect of character is basically the cause. The shortcoming is the result. So like the defect of character might be that I am jealous. And then the shortcoming is that I'm not very good in relationships with trusting people. So we're asking God to remove those things, because at the end of the day, like step 6, a lot of times people try to remove their defects of character on their own. I know I did. Once we focus on that, it kind of makes it like because we're putting our focus on what you focus on grows, whatever it is. So if you're focusing on like us, we're focusing on being broke. So then it got worse. Like, you know,
so poor.
I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor. So this one is more about the surrender factor of it, and you'll notice with the steps is like a lot of times they're all a reflection of the next one. So like 1, 2, and 3, and then you have, 4, 5, and 6 are like, you know what I mean, like. You always need those foundational 3 steps in the beginning, because we're talking to our higher power. We're having faith. First, we're admitting we're powerless over our shortcomings. It's hard enough to be powerless over our addiction, but now we're also admitting that we are powerless over these things that, are character defects. So then we have to become willing and have faith that a power greater than ourselves can remove them. And then in this step, we're actually asking. And then the humbly part is really important for this step, because it's humbly coming before. Because now this is me saying, I cannot do this. Please, like, I know you can do this. Please help me do this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, what this looks like for me, I think, without like God, like religion stuff, because it is very humbling. And it's like, obviously, if I could remove these on my own and I could just decide to be a different way, I would have done it by now. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting in this 12-step program, like, needing help. And a lot of it is just, like, making the decision to allow the light in. That I let that I built that foundation in steps 1 through 3. And like reminding myself the second that I'm like, I want to move through love today. That's my higher power. It's like moving through love. And like the second I allow that in my mind, it's a lot easier to move through, like to see these things about myself and be like, okay, I would like to release this.
Yeah.
And please, love and my spirit, like release this, help me release this. Like I'm not doing it on my own. And I could even like going out into nature and sitting by the water and letting the water like take it away.
A lot of people use nature.
Yeah.
You know, because nature's so powerful. We did grounding the other day with my sister, and it was like, it's very nice.
Yeah.
So that one, it's a huge surrender. And a lot of times we try to, there's a Just for Today reading we just read recently where it was like, they're called shortcomings, but they should be called long goings, because oftentimes that's how long it takes for them to get,
they don't
for
just,
us to get rid of them.
Yeah. And they show up even, like you said, once we put attention on it, it grows. And that's what I experienced in step 6. Like I'm still on step 6. It's every single defect that I've focused on just came out bigger and stronger in the opportunities that it had over the last few weeks. And I'm like,
are you on any defects now?
I have one last one, and it's fear. It's the last one I have to do, and I just have to write it down, and I just have to do it. I'll do that today.
What do you have for the opposite?
Faith.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a beautiful thing. So instead of focusing on the fear, it's focusing on the faith. Because then when you focus on that, it'll grow.
And the process is like, I define what fear is and what it looks like in my life. And then on the other side of the card, I define faith and what it can do in my life through my higher power.
Yes.
So like,
faith gives so much peace.
Yeah. Yes.
It
Surrender.
Really so do you have full faith that your higher power can remove your defects?
Yes. I wrote in my journal the other day, like, I have delusional amounts of faith
that
my higher power can lead me to wherever I want to go. As long
trust
as
your higher power that is loving.
Yes.
Because it's literally love.
Literally love.
And light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
The highest good.
That's so good. I love that. I could cry.
No,
I love that.
Yeah, and that faith and that relationship gets stronger and stronger every day. And I did have recently like a time in my life where I was pulling away from it and resisting it and like just in the program of recovery and everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just resisting taking care of myself and having all these like feeling bad, like just feeling sad and bad and hard on myself and like holding on to all these past things that I thought I let go of or that I did let go of. And now I'm like grasping for them because I wasn't in my recovery program. Like I was resisting going to meetings. I was resisting calling my sponsor. Didn't want to do service work. Like I was just like, And then I shared about that at meetings. I got a lot of help, like support. And then I started like doing the readings in the morning and getting back and calling my sponsor and lovingly going to my service commitments. And then I had literally the worst day of my entire life.
Yeah.
Just the other day. And I made it through it clean.
Yeah.
And that was such a miracle. Thank my higher power.
For that timing and everything the way it went down because you were just getting back into your program when this hit you.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were down bad and
Bailey, I was like, that's how close it can
it's an arm's length away.
Anything can happen
from using. You can literally an arm's length away. You could lose your life. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah. We have a deadly disease.
This is life and death for us.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for step 7 to rebuild, commitment.
Yeah, the commitment.
Surrender. Recommit to the surrender and the faith and just allow my higher power to work in my life in those ways. And remember to let the light in and let me see through love and let me learn through love and all of that good. And I feel good when I do, so good. Like I'm literally floating on a cloud in my life. And the fact that is available to me at all times, at the moment, I just need to shift. Yeah. Like a little shift. And sometimes it's really hard. Yeah. Like my resistance comes through so strong. Yeah. It's like...
Well, you've been using it your whole life.
Sad.
Our whole life, these have been our mechanisms for survival.
Yeah.
So they come in strong and they don't want to be gotten rid of.
Right.
They have survival instincts too. Like they're, So it's
Yeah.
important just to, but our higher power is more powerful than any of that.
Yeah.
Any of that. And I have full faith.
And that's where the humility comes in, to like admit and believe that. Like, there's a power that's greater than me. Like, you know, like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not as strong and courageous as I. Yeah. So
valiant, courageous,
macho.
So that's exciting. I'm excited to see how your experience goes with step 7.
I know,
and
me too.
If I'm being, for accountability corner purposes, like, I could be calling my sponsor more. That's one thing. We communicate every single day, though. It's a snap streak, but it's every day.
Yeah, I started calling my sponsor more, and just being back in any space with her is wonderful. Like, she just, especially with going through stuff with my son, and she has 3 teenage boys, and she always knows what to say, and she's always already been through what I'm going through, and she has resources and, you know, the knowledge from the program, and that's the spiritual principles to rely on.
Our higher power, sorry not to cut you off, but our higher power will provide us with the resources that we need through other people right when we need them. Yeah. If we are willing to surrender. I truly believe that. It falls out of the sky. Like, the second thing, I'll be like, oh, I need whatever, and then it's just right there, and I didn't even have to lift a finger. It's effortless. It's literally just letting go. Yeah. And then it just was like, oh, here you go. And I'm like, oh, okay. Whew. Yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you've made it this far, please like and subscribe.
Leave us comments down below.
If you came this far, I hope you liked it.
Yes, please.
You know?
Go back, listen to some other episodes. We have some great jokes of the day.
That is not a draw.
You're missing out on.
That is not a draw.
You really could be missing out on those jokes.
If you guys want to hear more story times, or if you have any questions, like, we are willing to, with our own experience, we can, like, try to help out.
Yeah, just let us know. If you have any questions about the steps, we do talk about steps 1 through 7 up until this episode, so you can go back to any of those episodes. Like, also remind you, we are not representation of the program at all. This is just our own experience with the steps so far. And we have very little experience with it, but this is what we have learned. But yeah, we just, we are passionate about sharing our experience because we had questions when we got here. And as we continue to share our experience, we'll become more experienced and have always more to share. So it'll be fun to look back on and be like, oh, that little, look how cute we were. She had no idea what was coming. Dun dun dun. If you have any questions about recovery, or if you want to talk about boys, like, or relationships, like boys, I don't know anything, but like I'll tell you my Delulu or art stuff, business things. Yes, art. We love art. And we love you. We love you so much, you guys. Thank you for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.